Hi, happy March. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's happening in the library in the month of March. March is great because there's lots to celebrate. First, March is Women's History Month, so we'll be featuring lots of books about women, important women in history. It's also Irish American Heritage Month, so we'll be displaying some books about or from Irish American authors. It's also March Madness, so we're going to have a display about lots of books featuring basketball. Okay, but to start off, I'm gonna talk about a book about women and a famous women's author. Okay, so the first book I want to talk about is called Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls. I like this book a lot. I've just started reading it, although it's been around for a few years now. What I like about this book is just features 100 women, but you don't have to read the whole book. You know, you could just pick up and read about a woman that you've never read about before, or maybe you just want to, a woman that you do know, but you want to, learn a little bit more about her. I'm going to challenge myself to read one a day in the month of March and focusing on the women that I haven't heard about yet. I've already started, so one of the women that I learned about and I want to just share today is about Manal al-Sharif. So Manal al-Sharif is a women's rights activist in Saudi Arabia, and she was fighting. One of the things she's fighting for is for the women to be able to drive a car in Saudi Arabia. And so one day she took her brother's car and she filmed herself driving. And it was on YouTube, and it kind of went viral, and then other women followed suit. I mean, she was arrested for that, but again, this book is called 100 Rebel Girls. So, a great example of a woman that I hadn't heard about before. I am going to keep this book up at the front. You can either check it out, or you can just, stop by and just read about a woman that you haven't read before that you're interested in learning more about. Okay. Second, I want to feature an author named Judy Blume. So Judy Blume is a much older writer. She's been writing since the 70s. And why am I focusing on her? Judy Blume was one of the first authors to write about teen issues and to feature teenagers in her books. And it was extremely controversial because she was writing, and she's still writing, about teenagers dealing with things like grief and loss and relationships and puberty and, all these other things that hadn't been dealt with before, and a lot of people didn't like that. She's one of the most banned authors in America, and she herself has done a lot of work around censorship and freedom of expression and freedom of choice. One of her most famous books that we have here is called Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Even though it was written a long time ago, it's still very popular and very relevant. This is about Margaret, who's questioning if she believes in God. She's also going through a lot of changes in this time of her life, and she's just trying to figure all that stuff out. Another one of my favorite books from her is called Tiger Eyes. Davy, the girl in this book, has lost her father, so she's dealing with trauma and loss, and she's angry, and she has rage. A family moves to a new place, and she's just trying to overcome all of these things. So both of her books are here in the library. I hope you stop by and take a look at one of them. And if you pick up one of her books, you also get a I Love Banned Books, because her books have been banned. Okay. All right, so it's enough with books for right now. I just want to remind people that Wednesday is Lego Club. Okay, if you can stop by on Wednesday, there'll be a new challenge this week. And during lunch on Thursday and also after school, we're going to be making some luminary jars. Some really cute tissue paper luminary jars. Aren't those cute? So stop on by either during lunch on Thursday or after school. We'll be making these. Okay, have a great week. Happy reading.